Every week, more Canadians lose their jobs. Families who thought they were secure are now struggling to pay rent. Skilled workers are sending out hundreds of applications and hearing nothing back. And the worst part? These aren't just numbers. They're real people, real families, real dreams falling apart. The job crisis in Canada isn't slowing down, it's spreading. And in part 2, we're diving even deeper into how it's reshaping the lives of millions.
So I asked them if they were hiring seniors, and they said no.
I just got let go from my job.
But it shouldn't mean that I can't even get a job.
There's 86,000 more Canadians are unemployed. We have the second highest unemployment in the G7.
Looking for a specific role in tech. And for the past 7 days, there's only been 80 new listings.
Trying to find a job as a young person in Canada right now is not easy.
But people are just saying that no one can find a job right now.
It's now been 7 months since I got let go from my radio job.
6 to 8 people in 10 people in Canada or in Ontario are looking for jobs.
Between July and August, Canada lost about 100,000 jobs.
I know for me, it took me 9 months to find this job after I lost my last job.
As a Canadian, I just want to know why it is so hard to find a frickin' job.
Welcome to Canadian Rant, the voice of Canadians who refuse to stay silent while the system fails them. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join our community, because your story, your struggle, and your voice deserve to be heard. In part 1, we uncovered how mass layoffs, hiring freezes, and unstable job markets have left countless Canadians anxious about their future. But in part 2, we're going deeper into what happens after the layoff. The months of job searching that turn into years. The families living off savings that vanish faster than expected. The young graduates realizing that the Canadian dream might not be for them anymore. From tech professionals to factory workers, no industry feels safe anymore. Even people with decades of experience are being told they're overqualified or too expensive. And while the headlines talk about recovery, the truth on the ground tells a different story, one of fear, frustration, and fading hope. So today, we're not just talking about unemployment numbers. We're talking about human lives. Because behind every job loss, there's a story, and every story deserves to be heard.
I hate that I'm using TikTok to rant, but I just have to do it. As a Canadian, I just want to know why it is so hard to find a frickin' job. Even when it comes to applying for jobs, I've applied to maybe 20, 25, 30 jobs, and I haven't even gotten a reply back. People have been telling me that it's literally just a Canadian thing, that they just don't reply or whatever. I would really rather just get rejected than not hear from a company at all. And it's to the extent where I'm literally emailing companies to see if they're hiring or if they have any job opportunities. I need a summer job in an aviation industry kind of position, and it is impossible to find. I'm not even looking for something specific. I will literally do an entry-level position, and it's just so annoying.
Hi guys. I just got let go from my job. I wasn't expecting that this morning. So I'll be fine. I worked for Midday Squares in marketing. They had to let go of the marketing division, which is fine. It just came as a bit of a shock. I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. Able to maybe make more TikToks and create more content for you guys. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. I'm really gonna miss it. It was amazing. And I've learned so much in the past 8 months. I'm still in the parking lot. I haven't moved because I actually don't know how I'm gonna drive home. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys and just be really real. This is life. And you gotta get up and keep grinding. If anyone's hiring in marketing, anyone knows anyone that's hiring a marketing specialist, I'm free. Onwards and upwards from here. Okay, bye.
There is a significant problem when it comes to employment in Canada, and I don't think that our leaders are talking about it as much as they should. especially for the younger generation. There are people I hear that are saying that they applied for over 100 jobs and they never even got a call back. I saw this comment the other day. This person said they applied at Walmart 3 times and they got rejected. So some people are desperate out here, man, and it's sad to see a lot of these young people are trying to get jobs or trying to get into the workforce, and nothing is happening for them. And I remember over 10 years ago, I would go to an agency looking for work and they would ask me, do you want to go to work right now? Or they'll tell you, come tomorrow morning, we'll have your stuff ready and we'll send you somewhere for you to go to work. That's how it was over 10 years ago. Now it's not the same thing anymore. Now agencies are backed up. They have so much people, they can't even the agency themselves like having a hard time, getting people into jobs. So it's tough, man. And I feel sorry for the new generation.
What's going on with Canada's job market? I'm looking for a specific role in tech. And for the past 7 days, there's only been 80 new listings. And I was just like, you know what? Let me check Dubai, for example. And there was like 157 new listings. And I know I'm comparing a whole country to a small city. Yet they're outperforming us. I genuinely don't know what to say about this. Like, it's such a bad market right now that no one is even talking about it. And don't you dare criticize what's going on.
Here's a fun fact you may not know. Do you guys know about 20% of retirement age individuals in the U.S. are still working? About 2/3 of those people are working full-time. And we wonder why it's so hard to find entry-level jobs. It's because your senior level people in corporations, they're not retiring. So they haven't moved out, which lets the junior level people move up, which means you need more junior level. Entry goes to junior, and then you need new entry-level people. But there's a bottleneck at the top of corporations because people can't afford to retire. And that's a big reason why college kids are having such a struggle right now. You can't blame them. Financially, they can't do it. So what are we supposed to do?
I graduated in June and I can't find a job. I have been applying every single day, LinkedIn, Indeed, whatever the fuck. And it feels like this is just a problem that keeps getting bigger and bigger. Every single person I ask for references, for advice, for my resume, whatever. But people are just saying that no one can find a job right now. People who are getting bachelor's, master's, those people can't find jobs. No one can find a job. What the hell is happening, Canada?
What's going on with Canada's job market? I'm looking for a specific role in tech. And for the past 7 days, there's only been 80 new listings. And I was just like, you know what? Let me check Dubai, for example. And there was like 157 new listings. And I know I'm comparing a whole country to a small city. Yet they're outperforming us. I genuinely don't know what to say about this. Like, it's such a bad market right now that no one is even talking about it. And don't you dare criticize what's going on.
Trying to find a job as a young person in Canada right now is not easy.
I've been going to job fair after job fair. There's so much people in the same room. It's just it's very scary, very overwhelming.
Listen, the job market is so trash right now for young people that even the CNE says they received a record-breaking, listen to this, 54,000 online job applicants for the end of summer fair.
I've applied maybe around 30 jobs. I've gone in some interviews, but bad luck.
We applied to a lot of spaces and none of them accepted because the job market's pretty rough.
For everyone else who's looking for a job right now, I feel your pain. I never thought I would be 36 years old with, an undergraduate degree from a UC school and a master's degree and legitimately unemployable. Yes, I slowed down my career in real estate the last 6 years to raise my kids, and it seems like I'm now it doesn't matter. And I know that I took time off and that's on me, but it shouldn't mean that I can't even get a job anywhere. Why did I go to school? Why did I try so hard through high school to get into a good college? And then I worked my ass off in graduate school because I really enjoyed what I was finally learning, and basically all to be told I should have done something else. And I'm unemployable. It's just really, it's really depressing.
Hi, my name is Kathy Peterman. And I just came to a Tim Hortons on Idlewild here in Saskatoon. I'm a senior. I work part-time for a catering company. So I had to drive through, and they had a sign in the window that said we're hiring. So I asked them if they were hiring seniors, and they said no. That's not the second time this has happened. In Fairlight Drive, the same thing. I asked them if they were hiring. I said, somebody like me? And they said no. I'm going to now show you the Tim Hortons that I was at. This is the Tim Hortons that I came to. I haven't been to this Tim Hortons for a very long time. And to know that I asked them if they would hire seniors and they said no. Are you kidding me? Excuse me, and I don't mean to be rude, but they hire immigrants, but they won't hire a senior. This is the place that said that they wouldn't hire me because I'm a senior. This is going on TikTok. This is going on Facebook because this is totally wrong. And I will make sure everybody knows about it.
Between July and August, Canada lost about 100,000 jobs. I think statistically that's what it was, 66,000 in August and 44 some odd thousand in July. We know the job market's crappy. I don't know if September is going to improve at all, but I just want to remind you guys that rely on no one but yourself. So always have a plan B. Corporate jobs are nice because it gives you the idea or illusion that it is secure, but it's not. Always have a plan B. And for me as a founder, I'm going to be a little bit biased. I'm going to encourage everyone to explore starting their own business, being your own boss. There's something really, really exciting about that because I feel like every day it's a reset for me. You can really just go out and make as much money as you need or want or can. You're really not at someone's beck and call. To me, I think that's super important. So this is just a reminder. If you can't get on that corporate ladder, build your own ladder. If you're an older adult, they've shoved you off that ladder because sometimes they do that. Ageism happens. If they've shoved you off that ladder and you got to scramble, then I would say that you guys have enough life skills. You've done a lot. Rebuild yourself and build your own ladder. You don't need a corporate job. Just my thought.
Update on being unemployed. I am still unemployed and I wake up to rejection emails about every day. And at this point, I've applied to things that aren't even in like the career right now. The only interview I have is for an appointment scheduler. And for that one, I just had to leave a voicemail somewhere and be like, hi, this is Claire from da-da-da-da. I heard you're interested in an appointment, da-da-da-da. So I can't even get an interview in the career, which is the tech career, software career that I want to be in. And it's crazy out here, guys. Like, you have to know someone. And like I said, everyone's lowballing at like 47,000, which is like 31,000 USD. And like one job I applied to recently said there were going to be 6 interviews for the job. And I'm doing like customer support tech, but I'm not doing anything that's like crazy smart, you know? Like, I'm not doing these crazy like things that should be 6 interviews. But yeah, that's just my take. Tell me if it's been rough for you. I'm doing this in Toronto. I know the state's unemployment rate is crazy, just like it is in Canada. But yeah, I just needed to rant.
We all know how corrupt the Canadian job market is, and I think it just got worse, so let me show you why. I found this entry-level marketing and communication specialist. After reading the description, it seems really promising for someone who's entry-level, but there's a twist. Let me show you. Scrolling through the description, and then I see this: 3 to 5 years of experience in marketing, communications, or brand strategy roles. What? We all know that 3 to 5 years is not entry level. Entry level is defined as the first step in a career requiring minimal education, training, and experience. Seems very straightforward, right? And then we take this one step further. Entry level is considered 0 to 2 years of experience. We go back to the job description. 3 to 5 years of experience does not fall into that entry level category. However, 3 to 5 years of experience falls into the mid-level range. Mid-level is considered 3 to 8 years of experience. So whoever gets this job is going to be paid entry level, very likely quickly and they're going to be taking advantage of you. But companies know that this is an employer's market, so they're happy to do that because they know that candidates don't have any other choice but to accept the bare minimum. Yes, the job market is getting worse for sure. So if you see this job on Indeed, take some caution, maybe don't apply, I don't know. I've crossed out the name of the company. I'm not here to shame or put anyone down. That's not what I'm doing. But truly, if you have a job in this economy, it's considered a luxury, which is very scary.
Just a few days ago, it was announced Imperial Oil is cutting about 20% of their workforce, and our energy minister is so sad. No, you should be disappointed about the federal government that you work for. And our premier in Alberta, Danielle Smith, is blaming this on the federal government, as she should, because the federal energy and environmental regulations have been handled. Let's go, people. Keep raising awareness so these uneducated idiots know what's going on.
Hey TikTok, is anyone else having trouble finding a job in Alberta? I've been unemployed for quite a while now, and I'm kind of at my wit's end, and I don't really know what else I can do. And I mean, this works for people, and I wanted to see if maybe people had suggestions regarding getting a job, because I don't know what to do. And it's so frustrating being held back from your dreams and what you want in life. And without a job, you can't really achieve them. Sorry, I don't make TikToks often, so it's making me a little bit nervous. But if anyone has any leads to a job or anything, please help a girl out, because I'm just tired.
This is breaking news. The unemployment rate climbs to 7.1% in August as the economy loses 66,000 jobs. This is far worse than the forecast. A poll of economists heading into the release had expected August to show a gain of 10,000 jobs and the unemployment rate to rise to 7%. And we just smashed through both of those numbers. And of those jobs, 60,000 were part-time lost in August, while the economy shed 6,000 full-time jobs. This is in addition to just last month, where we lost roughly 40,000 jobs. So just in the last 2 months, 100,000 jobs have been lost in Canada. And I've been calling this out for a long time now, that Canada is in a recession, and it's been covered up by the government's mass immigration program, bringing in millions of people to be consumers to bolster gross GDP. But our GDP per capita has been negative for like 8 quarters in a row, which means all of our quality of life has been going down and deteriorating. Because our economy was basically built on that, it was essentially like a drug for us, and we got super high off of it for this short-term gain. And now we're seeing the impact. Now we're seeing the fallout through all of this. And because not only are we called out youth unemployment skyrocketing, but the majority of these new job losses are actually core middle-aged men and women across this country. And this is impacting everybody now. And I don't know what we're going to be doing, because as a country, we failed to invest in innovation and actual things that will improve productivity growth. And so we're in this catch-22 situation now. I don't know what the Bank of Canada is going to do. I know for sure there's going to be cuts, but to what degree of cuts, none of us know. They already said that they're going to include housing affordability in their mandate going forward. So obviously, as one of the biggest expenses that Canadians have today, you need to make sure if you're renewing your mortgage, you're getting a mortgage, you're looking to buy a house, you take all these factors into consideration. That's why I partnered with Jacob Perez from Synergy Mortgage Group. He can help you identify what is the best strategy for you, whether to go variable, whether to go fixed, if you're buying a house, whether you're renewing your mortgage. It's one of the biggest expenses that Canadians have today. So you want to make sure you make the right decision. Check him out. His link is in my bio. But Canadians, I really am going to urge you, prepare for this recession. If you don't believe that we're in a recession, let me tell you that we are. We're heading into one officially. We are in one realistically. You should be preparing, making sure you optimize your expenses, reduce your costs, think about how you diversify your income streams. Maybe you get a secondary side job. Look, it's unfortunate. I wish we can live in a reality where, again, we had one person in the household working and that was it. But that's not the reality that we live in Canada anymore. So just think about diversification. Think about your options and what you have to do to get ahead of this and not be impacted by what I think we're going to be going through, which is going to be a really, really tough period in this country and this economy going forward.
It's now been 7 months since I got let go from my radio job. I was there for 10 years. I was doing the afternoon show with my girlfriend, who got let go 3 months after I did. And, when I posted that I lost my job, I had a lot of great support from complete strangers suggesting, you know what, maybe you guys should try podcasts, which we have. It's called Not Another Podcast with Tony and Dana. It's like an extension of our show. We talk about pop culture, dating, a bunch of just random stuff. So hope you can take a listen and maybe hit like and follow and comment. Give us your feedback. The link is in my bio. I'm trying to talk to the people here. And our YouTube channel has just given us a place to, put our energy. And right now, we need a place to do that because we've had time off together. We went to Portugal and now it's time to try to find a job. And it's really hard to find a job. There's so much competition for every single job. So if you're like me and you're looking for a job, I'm sending you positive vibes and I hope you find something soon. I hope I find something soon. And, just want to say have a great day and hopefully you can take a listen to the podcast or check out our YouTube channel.
Since you took office, 86,000 more Canadians are unemployed. We have the second highest unemployment in the G7. This is all the result of out-of-control government spending and taxes. Every dollar the Prime Minister spends comes out of the pockets of Canadians. And now the Parliamentary Budget Officer rates his deficits as, quote, very alarming, stupefying, shocking, unsustainable. If you don't change, this is done. Something is going to break. We are at the edge of a cliff.
Hey guys, so I own a little small retail store. It's a toy store in a tiny town in Ontario called Port Perry. I recently put up a job looking to hire because obviously we're getting into our busy season, holiday season. And so we could certainly use a little bit of help, especially with teenagers, weekends, things like that. And I have been inundated with resumes. But this brought up an interesting point that I think about a lot. And a lot of times I feel hesitant to post it because I don't want people to think that I'm shaming them. But I do think it's an important conversation that we need to have. The number one employer of youth has always been small local businesses. Think about where your first job was. It at an ice cream shop? Was it in the mall? Was it at, a small store? All of those things are kind of going away. I mean, maybe not the ice cream shop because we all love ice cream. But retail is dying. And why? Because those jobs are now at Amazon. They're in a warehouse. They're delivering your parcels. These are not the jobs that we want to bring to Canada. Amazon has been strongly anti-union. They get around the rules by a lot of their drivers are piece workers, contract workers. So they're not, no matter how much they work, they're never going to be eligible for benefits, never going to be eligible for disability if they get hurt on the job. The jobs that your teenagers used to get are gone because you're sitting there ordering online and having it delivered to your house. And I know that there's a place for Amazon in all of our lives. I live in a small town. There's a lot of things I can't get locally, and I get that. But for people who don't have mobility issues or who have, basically anyone who has the ability to go out there and shop, you need to do it on a bigger picture. Because I'm going to tell you right now, small local business, 61 cents of every dollar spent stays in your community through wages, local taxation, and giving back to the community. In fact, local business is the number one supporter of small community events. That's things like your hospitals, your hospice drives, all those fundraisers, your school drives, team sports. That's small local businesses. And I'll tell you, Amazon doesn't give a shit about that. And they are not giving back to the community in that way. So, you want jobs for your teenagers. You want these things in your community. You want someone to support your kids' team. You need to be part of that because small business has to cut back and pull. And as small business goes, so too will all of those things. Fundraisers across the country are suffering as small business goes out. But also when I'm getting all of these resumes, I have to tell you, honestly, I'm checking. If you or your parents, people apply of all ages for our jobs, if you don't even follow our social media, if you're, a lot of times, because we are a small store, I recognize our locals. If you've never been in our store, and then you're up against somebody who has, I'm going to give the job to the person who supports local because you're helping to keep jobs here in our community. Basically, shop how you need to shop. Do what you need to do. Truly, I'm not trying to judge you, but then you at the same time can't complain that there's no jobs out there for your teenager when I see the Amazon truck drive past my house 3 times a day. We all need to be part of making a stronger Canada, and that includes shopping local.
And that's the reality of the Canadian job crisis, something far deeper than any report or statistic can explain. It's a quiet emergency that's changing how millions of Canadians live, dream, and plan for the future. Think about it. People who've worked their whole lives, suddenly out of a job through no fault of their own, young Canadians with degrees, drowning in debt, unable to find work in their field, Families watching their savings disappear one bill at a time. It's heartbreaking, and it's happening everywhere. Here's what I truly believe. This crisis isn't just about the economy. It's about people being left behind. Canada prides itself on being a country of opportunity, but right now, opportunity feels like a privilege only a few can afford. The job market is broken, wages are stagnant, and cost of living keeps climbing. And when you add it all up, you get a country where hard work no longer guarantees stability. But here's the thing, this didn't happen overnight. Years of corporate cuts, automation, outsourcing, and government inaction have created a system that rewards profit over people. And while CEOs walk away with bonuses, workers are being told to retrain or adapt, as if losing your livelihood is somehow your fault. This isn't just unfair, it's unacceptable. And until we start calling it out, until Canadians demand real accountability, nothing will change. Because here's the truth. When jobs disappear, it's not just paychecks that vanish, it's dignity, confidence, and community that disappear with them. So, I want to hear from you. Have you, or someone you know, been affected by layoffs or job insecurity in Canada? What industry are you in, and what's changed over the last year? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could help others realize they're not alone. And if you believe this conversation matters, if you're tired of politicians telling you everything's fine when it clearly isn't, then hit that subscribe button and join us here at Canadian Rant. Because we're not just talking about problems, we're building a space for Canadians who are ready to speak up, push back, and demand better. Because the truth is, Canadians don't want handouts. We want fairness. We want opportunity. We want a country where effort means something again. Where a full-time job actually pays enough to live, not just survive. This is Canadian Rant. Your voice, your fight, your community. And in part 3, we'll go even deeper into what's next. How Canada's job crisis could shape the future of our economy, and what real solutions could finally turn this around. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.